Welcome to today's video. Have you guys seen the channel's newly unlocked community tab? From what I've read, it usually gets unlocked around the 500 sub area. It is thanks to all of you and your support that YouTube let us have it earlier. We are officially the fastest growing channel specifically named Meep Squared Gaming on YouTube. I will be using it to post channel updates and probably run polls to see what deck you guys want me to work on next. As one of the newer channels, your vote greatly affects the results of the polls. So click that notification bell and subscribe if you like. So please continue to support the channel and I'll keep trying to improve the quality of the content. With all of that out of the way, let's talk about Marincess and this Link event. As you know, these events are the best way for small content creators like me to earn gems. Last month, I was able to complete the festival more than 16 times very quickly. So I have around 38 decks and some gems saved. Due to the nature of Link decks, all of these duels take so long, and with the rank structure, it takes even more duels to earn the rewards. So from this perspective, I'm finding the whole experience pretty annoying, and that translated to me hating the most frequent deck that I faced, which was Marincess. So I ended up spending time crafting a deck that I thought would best counter Marincess and most of the meta. Let's now see an example duel. We open some of our tech cards, Ghost Reaper and Soul Release. Running 3 Ghost Reapers, we have a 33% chance of opening with at least one. I use Reaper to get rid of all of their copies of Anemone. This is one of their cards that helps them combo off, so if we get rid of it, they might just quit. Now let's see what happens when they do not give up after Reaper. This time we have the Nibiru in hand. As they go into their combos, one thing to keep track of is how many Marincess Wave Trap cards they have in their hand. If you have Ash Blossom, the most important target is Marincess Dive. Without Anemone, they are now forced to use their Splash Mage. It can also special summon a monster from the grave, but it does not have Anemone's card recycle effect. I only use Nibiru after they summon Marble Rock since they can use it to add a card from their grave to their hand, so our game plan is to prevent them from getting any more advantage by reusing their cards in the grave. And now they end on a pretty weak board. I draw the best card in the deck. I use Duster and then proceed to battle. I crash Sarama to summon Aruha, and then destroy the token. I set Called by the Grave to use on their turn. They start by summoning Blue Tang to send Seahorse to the grave. Then they link into Blue Slug and attempt to summon Seahorse. I then called by Seahorse to banish it. Then they also fail to find a Marincess card on the top 3 cards of their deck. They attack into Aruha, and I summon Sarama with Aruha's effect so we can end the duel next turn. They use Maxi, but unless they draw Ash, it's game over. So here is the deck list that got me to Diamond in this Link event. The reason why I'm using the Unchained core is all we really need is one of Aruha, Rakeya, Sarama, or Abomination's Prison, and we can access any of the other Unchained cards. If you are unfamiliar with Unchained, when they get destroyed, we can special summon another monster from our deck. We usually do this during the battle phase for a surprise finish. I have run 3 Desires, which is so good in this deck for letting us draw 2 more cards. I have 1 Card Destruction since I opened it from a Legacy pack. Opening Card Destruction and Soul Release can be devastating since we can banish their cards from the grave. Soul Release is great against many Link decks like Marincess, Sky Striker, and Salamangreat. I have 2 Effect Veiler since it can be used to bait out Called By and saving our Maxi and Reaper. And I run 2 Maxis, 3 Ghost Reaper, and Winter Cherries. I knew I was on the right path with this deck when Master Duel rewarded me with a Royal Rare Reaper. Since Unchained doesn't really need that many extra deck cards, it is filled with many popular Link monsters that people use. We can banish Shizuku for Sky Strikers, Baylynx for Salamangreats, Anemone and Crystal Heart for Marincess, Kissakill for Evo Twins. I do not have Shureg, so I have Bearbrum for Tri-Brigade, Equimax and Avramax for Crusadia, and generic Link monsters like Access Code and Underworld Goddess. I have 2 Radiance since many of the Unchained cards will lock us into special summoning fiends. My favorite part of this deck is using our opponent's monsters as link material. Disaster can target one of our opponent's monsters to link into Rage. Keep in mind we can target the Nibiru token as well as the Kaijus. On our opponent's main phase, we can then use Rage to target one of their special summon monsters and then link into another dark monster. Depending on our opponent's monster's link rating, we can summon Unicorn, Anguish, or Abomination. Anguish can do the same thing, but on our main phase. Abomination is just a destruction machine. If a card on the field is destroyed, you can destroy another card. If a monster is destroyed by battle, you can destroy another card. And during the end phase, you can destroy a card. Keep in mind you can use each of those destruction effects once per turn. Finally, for emergencies, we can use Underworld Goddess to link away an opponent's monster that we wouldn't have an out to. Here is a little cheat sheet of what I would use these hand traps on. Reaper to banish Anemone and then Ocean Heart. Ash to negate Marincess dive. For Nibiru, turn off your toggle until they have a link 3 so they can commit more to the board without knowing you have Nibiru. For Imperm and Veiler, use it on Anemone. Soul Release, Marincess Wave, the field spell, or link 3 or higher monsters. And finally, for Called By, use it on Anemone, Seahorse, or Coral Triangle. I had prepared some replays against Marincess where I open with Reaper and another one where I do not. Let me know what you think of this deck and what decks you're using for this event. I hope you found this video helpful, and as always, thanks for watching.